calling all members of society. This is a memo for everyone who is in our civilization. Please listen. So what he wants is cleanliness, Saucham. The first item on the list is Saucham, which is also the first item on the list of the niyamas. So Saucham is always at the front. First thing, Saucham. Right there, the first item of niyama. First item in the Yoga Sutras, and when Krishna explains the path of yoga, first thing, Saucham. So it's always there at the top, Saucham. Very important, cleanliness. Why? Because Saucham means sattva guna. Saucham, boom, sattva guna, directly. As cleanliness, you get sattva. You walk into a clean place, you feel sattva. You get clean clothes on, you feel sattva. Clean bed sheets, clean towel, clean place, sattva. So sattva immediately comes from cleanliness, Saucham. So very important. So Saucham, washing your hands, bathing. And then having performances, like having like a connection, like a religious, spiritual connection. Morning, noon, and evening, just like throughout the day. That's one of the things that I really appreciate of the Islamic path, are their 5 prayers. Very nice. It's like you won't forget God. If 5 times during the day you stop everything and pray, it's really nice. Yeah, it's a wonderful practice they have. So I really appreciate that. But Krishna says here 3 times, at least morning, noon, and evening, you stop and you do something. So it's very nice. Worshipping me, of course, worshipping Krishna, like everybody should worship God. That's the instruction he's giving everywhere. Visiting holy places. It's nice to visit holy places because they remind you, they might be connected to a lila. For example, you should visit Vrindavan because that's where Krishna grew up, and then if you can visit Dwarka. But of course, the real Dwarka has sunk, so that doesn't really count. But you can visit Dwarka, you can visit Vrindavan, you can visit Mathura, where Krishna spent his young years. You can visit, Ayodhya for Lord Ram. So you can visit these places that are connected through these to God in different leelas and different activities, and that uplifts you. Kind of like, gives you some energy, kind of like connects you, like it's a real place you're going, just like, oh wow, Krishna was actually here. Like it uplifts you and connects you very nicely. Chanting Japa. So Krishna mentions Japa. It's right here in the Sanskrit, right here. So Japa is a practice that's always mentioned. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Uddhava Gita, Yoga Sutras. Japa, very important. It's one of the 3 T's of the 3T path is, of course, Japa. So you should definitely do Japa. Now, the negatives, avoiding what is untouchable, uneatable, or not to be discussed. So there's some things in life that you just don't want to be there. You don't want to have contact with that stuff. And he gives you like things, your physical things, edible things, and even thought things. Just like, don't go there. Just because it will pollute you. It's not nice. So, of course, we don't want to touch dirty things. The first item was cleanliness, so the opposite of cleanliness would be touching something disgusting, like, dead things or the rotting thing. Like, you don't want to, you want to avoid that. It might be your job to deal with those things, but then you can sanitize yourself afterwards. But in general, you don't want to be involved with those things. And of course, we don't want to be involved with, for example, with drugs, with alcohol, with cigarettes, which untouchable. We just don't want to have anything to do with that. We're just like, no, thank you very much. We don't want to have anything to do with pornography. It's just like that stuff you just don't want that stuff. It's gonna spoil your mind. So you don't want any of those things. Uneatable, of course, we don't eat animals. We don't want to have anything to do with eating animals. That's actually really bad for your body physically, bad for your body, in terms of your brain, in terms of cognition. It's evil. So no dead bodies, please. I don't want to consume dead animals. And even milk, now we can avoid with B12 supplements. So you don't want to have, if you want to avoid milk and milk supplements, that's better as well. But not as important as avoiding actual dead flesh. You certainly don't want to eat that stuff. That's untouchable and uneatable. And of course, then things of the mind, there's lots of things you don't want to discuss, like just torture, horrible things, swear words, just like revenge, just like negative, low kind of thinking, which happens a lot these days. You don't want that stuff either. Okay, and remembering my existence within all living entities. This is a great practice Krishna always emphasizes. Also in Bhagavad Gita, very nice to be able to see God in everything, to see Him in everyone, everywhere. Then you're always with Him, he says, and I'm always with you, he says, if you're seeing me everywhere. Very important, very beautiful practice. So if you do this, he says, these should be followed by all members of society. And you do this by regulating your mind, your words, and your body. Very nice. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have the rest of your day with lots of peace and lots of love.